Hello, welcome back to Quicks14Blog. Welcome to more Nax, some Plague Quarter. Hitting now as we continue on going through Nax. We hit our first boss here, Noth the Plaguebringer. Not a horribly hard boss, in all honesty. Not too much of a coordinated fight. You've got a lot of adds to deal with. He is a necromancer, and as such, he likes to summon adds quite a bit. He also likes to curse and such as well quite a bit too. So watching those curses, keeping people healed is important. Every so often, at each percentage, he will teleport up to a platform where he's just going to summon waves of mobs. As you can see here, he's bringing in his first wave as he brings on the adds. Really not a horribly hard fight. Just focus everyone on one spot. That way all the adds come to you, and he will always teleport back here to the middle anyway when he teleports back. So it just makes things easier if you do that. That way you can just AoE them all down while hitting the boss. The tanks will focus on the boss and grabbing the mobs to keep them off everyone else. Not a horribly hard fight. As you can see, we're doing really well here in burning them down. If everything goes well and everything, you keep track of this, you should have no problem at all dealing with the mobs and everything. Just make sure your tanks are as close to as possible, and because he will teleport back in the middle, and everyone else should not be standing exactly in the middle but near the middle. That way they can do that, and of course all your melees are there as well. Definitely an easy fight to start with in the Plague Quarter. I think it makes sense to start here. If you're having trouble with the others, you might find this a little bit of an easier fight. There's not a horribly lot of coordination needed to do it. It's just burning them down. Standard tank and spank. There are adds, but like I said, and like you can see, you just gotta bring them in there and just AoE the crap out of them. And it doesn't hurt that you'll be hitting the boss at the same time. So, like I said, he teleports out a couple, 2 to 3 times, and some adds. We were doing so well with the adds and everything that we were actually have a little reprieve here coming up, that we were able to actually take a break, which was quite nice. If you have DMB, Deadly Boss Mods, or with Bigwigs, you'll see when the phases happen. You'll see when the stops happen, and also when the teleports happen and comes back. In all honesty, the Plague Quarter is not horribly difficult. This first fight here is a standard take and spank. The rest of the fights are really coordinated, or not really coordinated, but a little difficult. The second fight that you'll see here, and that we'll see for the rest of this part, is definitely very coordinated. It's not a hard fight. It's just getting used to it and coordinating yourself with it could be the toughest thing about it. The last fight is just tricky for healers specifically. Otherwise, it's not a horribly hard fight either. But you know, people do struggle with this, and you know, it's understandable. First time you come in here and you've never seen it before, it happens, and even seeing it and then going to do it is totally different than actually being a part of it and actually doing it. But knowing beforehand helps a lot, and I think that's why people are so picky about knowing the fights, whether you've even seen it or not. Sometimes they like proof that way, which I think is a little ridiculous, because you gotta do it at least once to find out. But you know, it's the point of these videos, to give you an idea about it. So we take care of him. He's down. Woot woot. Not a problem. Get some really nice loot. He drops a pretty sweet cape that both Kitty, our guild leader, and I also have. It's a sweet cape. You're going to see it here in just a sec. I believe there it is, right there. That's an awesome cloak. And this was the first time it dropped, and Kitty got this one. It dropped again another time we fought him, and I was there, and I got it. So I think also my wife got one as well. And then we have another drop there. So that's pretty much it. So some really nice loot there. drops some great stuff. You can see there. Oh, sorry, that was the cloak. Yeah, there's a leather. What is that? Shoulders? Yeah, shoulders. Nice rogue piece there. As you can see, agility, stamina. Could be considered hunter, low-level hunter if you don't have mail. So now we move on to boss number 2. This this is what we call the safety dance. The reason it's called this, yes, I'm very jumpy, is because of the achievement that goes along with it. Is called the safety dance. This is the plague bringer. He's in this like lava room here, and this is very interesting and a little coordinated, tricky fight, because what you got to do, if you are a tank or melee, you're going to be down on the boss, and you are going to be fighting him, and you will have to do the safety dance all the time. So you need to be really, really good at it. If you're ranged, you have a little reprieve here. As you can see here at the start of the fight, and for most of the fight you'll be standing on this platform, on the platform he starts on. But he will teleport on the platform, he will become invincible, and he will do a huge AoE around him that will pretty much kill you if you stay there. And you'll have to do the safety dance. As you can see them doing it there, that's pretty much the safety dance. These little plumes of poison come up, they do a huge amount of damage. If you get just a little bit ticked onto you. Now it can be kind of healed through, but you gotta be fast. Now this was our first time doing it, including mine, and as you can see, I totally died. In fact, we all wiped on this one, because this was our first time doing it. This was our first time trying the safety dance, and we just failed horribly. But as you can see, they keep popping up, and then he'll come back down off the platform, the ranged will go back up, and the melee will continue. Now, when you go back up on the platform, that AoE is still going to be kind of on there, so you're going to take a little damage. This is where it also gets a little tricky. This is a very coordinated fight. If he is too close to that platform, the ranged is going to take damage. Or not damage, excuse me, is going to get a debuff, which is going to make their spellcasting longer, very longer. So that was our wipe, one of our few wipes, and one of our main wipes where we all failed at the safety dance. This is our second one, or not really our second one, but it's a later on one where we finally succeeded. This was like our third attempt, the first time we fought him, and this is also when I finally got the safety dance down, as well as a few others did. Many different people have many different ways of saying how you should do it and how you should time it, and etc., etc. What has worked best for me is watching when it spurts up. When I come down off that platform and I see the wave hit up one, I go all the way over. And then if I think I have, once you have the timing down, you know when to stop, you know where to stop, you know when to go. Depending upon your lag, of course, because lag's always an issue. But as you can see here, I turn around, I'm waiting, boom, there it is, I go. Boom, there it is, I go. Boom, there it is, I go. Turn around, boom, there it is, I go. Boom, there it is, I go. And stop, boom, and so on. So that's what you need to do, rinse and repeat. Keep doing that on there. Make sure you know where your stopping points need to be, and that could be a little tricky. So if you get ahead of yourself, you need to know where you can stop, because otherwise you will kill yourself by getting too far ahead. But once you got that down and you start doing it the first few times, it gets real easy. It's not too hard, and I found that that is the best way to do it. If you are a tank or an off tank, it can be much harder because you are focusing on the boss. This is where your camera controls will probably come in handy, so you can keep track of things, because usually the boss is not facing the direction you are. So if you are backpedaling, because backpedaling doesn't work, don't try to strafe either. I did that once, that doesn't work either. You need to be very careful how you do this. But once you figure it out, and I think you, hopefully, if anyone's watching this, they can kind of see it now. Ah, yeah, I see what you mean. But you go a little too far forward, you will get hit just a little bit. So, you know, trying to figure out where to stop is where it is. It's not too difficult. My wife still has trouble with it, and I've been helping her through it. But for me, once I figured that out, I haven't missed a beat. Ever since I figured that out on this one, I've followed that precisely, and I have never ever died. Having Druid healers helps a ton, because they can do hots on everyone. They can also pop wild growth, especially as you see me doing that throughout the thing. And that way, if you do get just a little extra tick on you, you just go a little too far, or somebody gets a little bit and they don't quite die, it helps heal them up, so that way they can continue on, and if they get hit again, they won't die. So that's all the time we have for the first part here. You're going to go ahead and see us clear him out in the second part, and then we will see the final, very interesting boss for the Plague Quarter coming up also as well. So stay tuned. More to come.